I have been talking this entire time with my mic muted. Nice. I'm a professional. So, as I was saying, uh, I'm back. My name is Bruno Fightmaster. I am raising money for Rainbow Babies University Hospitals up in Cleveland for Extra Life. They raise money every year for children's hospitals across the nation. Um, yeah, I've been doing it for a couple of years. I always love doing it with them. So we're trying it with them today. Right now, we're going to try a couple of Steam demos. They had the Next Fest a few weeks ago, and there was still a couple of demos I had downloaded I hadn't gotten around to trying, so I was going to give it a shot. So yeah, we're going to try The Pale Beyond. This game contains mature themes inspired by real historical experiences of polar explorers, dedicated to something, 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 because I didn't read all the way through. That's fine. Nice little soothing music to start. Let's get right into it. Oh, the air be cold. Oh, the air's cold, of flake and white, as a sailor begs their pledge. Out in the ice, they'll stake a claim and carve a course ahead. Of homes they'll dream, of warmth long lost and chased to frost world's edge. A hunger draws the desperate here. It's ones that can't be fed. What will ye do when ye steel hearts break and courage does abscond? I'll do what must be done indeed, out in the pale beyond. Sorry, audio mixing. Um, Editing and making sure everything is proper levels is hard and time consuming. Anyway, begin the journey. Crew wanted. Able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. Glory to be had in the event of success. That sounds promising. You're alone in the office. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. It's adequate. I like tea. Perfectly adequate. Looking around the room, you make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship in a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. I will shake this cough at some point. It's harmless. A simple reminder of the time you spent waiting. The room is sweltering, the air stiff and stale. You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all your teeth? What? Answer the question, please. Good. Scurvy. Can never be too careful. The captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. I've not had scurvy before, if that's what you're asking. There's more things to worry about than just scurvy. How many people have died under your supervision? I don't like this line of questioning. You will, when you're on the ice. I'm Captain Hunt. I'm apparently Robert Shaw. What ship is that on the desk? All this? Detailed, isn't she? Yeah, more or less. An old sailor superstition. I hope you weren't waiting too long. Yeah, we'll say I'm told it's worth the wait. Good. There's been a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion. Yeah, the posting was a bit convoluted, so we'll go with that. I'm not in the habit of trumpeting my work to every would-be sailor on the street. I need to know if you're right for the job first. Questions. Were you born a landlubber or a sea dog? Are you gonna give me something? I'm asking where you crawled out of. It's all right. We've all sorts here. Ah, thank you. Born list with Imperial Society, raised in colonial cities. Better on the sea, better at the land, or a mix. Okay, interesting. Don't really tell much as far as what each one of these do, but that might be going with it. We'll say saltborn. Military experience. We'll say I'm a criminal. Why not? Something different. Ha 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 ha. Honesty is good. So you've skirted the law before, then? Is that problematic? If everyone I hired had a clean record, I wouldn't have a crew at all. You ever fired a weapon? You ever killed a man? Directly or otherwise? You're not married, are you? That's irrelevant. Exploration is a dangerous profession. You must understand the risk you're putting yourself in. Say I'm not. Better not have a death wish. One must believe the return to justify leaving in the first place. Any less, and you're doing yourself a disservice. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. It didn't deter you, did it? We'll say good work's hard to come by. Not that we're talking about our society at all, because that's not true. There's jobs out there people just don't want to hire because people don't want to work for not living wages. But, I'm not someone who should be talking political about anything, so. Indeed. A venture like this, however, it's about more than just money, isn't it? We're here to find that ship in a bottle. The Viscount. Heard of it? Nah, tell me a tale. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition toward the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Did they what? Well, yeah, did they find magnetic south? I have no idea. She never came back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumed lost to the ice. And we're chasing the ship. Exactly. Yeah, 5 years is late for rescue. Alive or not, the research is supposedly of extreme importance. Okay. Here's what we do know. No one person or thing has been heard from the Viscount since it first left port. Until now. Someone was found who claims to have been on that ship. Okay. Can we speak to them? No, they're dead. But their testimony seems to outlive them. Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick a first mate, somebody else will, and... well, my judge of character's gotten me this far. Okay, what of our ship? We're traveling aboard the Temperance. She's a beauty. Greenwood, generation. Not many like it left these days. The Viscount and the Temperance. Sister ships. Built together. Sent out into the world to die alone. So does cynicism. I mean, that's fair. I'll give you that, Hunt. Captain looks at the bottled ship. So what do you think? Yeah, sounds like you'll need all the help you can get. We will. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. We leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shaw. Proverbially speaking. Do you need more information from me? Not if I'm a captain worth his salt. I work with people, not professions. I'll sooner trust a good carpenter than a cruel sailor to save me from drowning. But alas, I'll see you on the Temperance. Yeah, all right. You arrive at the docks a month to the day. Before you lies a ship, letters on the side spelling Temperance. You walk the cobbled boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of cargo. He returns you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. He's quick to inspect you for ink. Another sailor for the fold. Mid-deck with the others. Sure, I'll offer the handshake. Please let me know who you are so I can place you on the correct deck. Alright. I'm Officer Shaw, sir. Officer. Oh, I see. That would make you the captain's choice for first mate, correct? I'm Mr. Templeton. I shall be operating as the chief science officer on this expedition. But I'm also the incumbent representative for our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. I'm fairly certain we're all disposable. Yeah, but yeah. Tell me more. What do you specialize in, Templeton? Applied botany. Okay. Is there use for that on the ice? I assure you, I am well equipped in all matters scientific. No doubt I needn't inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you, you have quite the task ahead. The rabble I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned the role otherwise. Presumptuous of you. I don't think there'll be an issue, though. We can only hope. but your role is more strenuous than it would first seem. Let me know when you're ready to depart. I'm certain you're eager to be back on the ocean. The less valuable time we waste here, the better. Okay. No, I don't get to go back to the city. Okay. Let's look at this dude. A young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. Neat. Hunt's description of the ship was accurate. Near identical to the Viscount, bearing some modern additions. Alright, let's hop on and go. Good music. And the title card. Very nice opening. It's been a month. Okay, well that was quick. 2 months gone in about 10 minutes. First Mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on. 1 week since we've sailed aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere before they turn colder. I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. I should intend to investigate further. I've never been on a ship like this before. A sturdy ship. Hard to imagine how many crews she's mothered before us. Repurposed incessantly. The roaring machinery could see this old steward of the sea through the ice, and us with it. As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I'm not sure what to make of our leader. I can't shake the feeling he's not telling the whole truth. But perhaps I'm too quick to judge. As for the rest of the crew, there are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice, to pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. I've sailed with worse, and I'm sure there are those who have considered myself in that same light. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. Alright, I'll head there now. Thanks, Joe. The forecastle door appears to be locked. The door to Hunt's cabin is shut tight. Captain's busy at the helm. I see that. The crow's nest currently stands unoccupied. The scouting team are expected to join at the next port. I see. Lots of things are still locked off, but that's fine. Anyway. Hello, Captain Hunt. Oi, Robin. Lovely day for it, isn't it? Yeah, don't you have helmsmen to do that? Of course I do, but it's good to keep the old skills sharp. Never know when you're going to have to get your hands dirty. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Here, why don't you have a try? You know, we will have it here in a second. But I also need to turn off some extra stuff so we don't get extra sounds. Apologies. I'm very professional at this. Anyway. You should take advantage of the calm waters for once. I imagine you didn't see many in your past line of work. Alright. You grip the wheel of the ship and feel the weight of the waves in your arms. Remembering your muscles rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. There's not a lot to see. Easy. There. you have it. Fantastic. Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Peaceful, isn't it? I suppose. I mean, how closely can we... Yeah, we can go pretty close in. Well, let's just go all the way out. But, okay. He takes the wheel back from you. I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. Yeah, alright. A pristine furnished tub secured to the floor. A luxury to be had on the ice. Classical painting depicting sickers doing battle with a kraken. An ode to an old folk story of the great Captain Seamus's dance with the Salt Kings. Well, that's kind of cool. Depending on what thing you chose, you might get a little more. Okay. On the desk, you make out a variety of papers, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp you don't recognize. The desk is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. Now, let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed on the expedition, ourselves included. 16 free to be assigned to task, if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. No deploy crew who have discovered good health and otherwise not deployed to another post. I guess we got 4. A lot of us all seem to be in good spirits, so that's morale. If there's no decorum, oh, okay. We have enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency. Unable to work with no food left in the hoosh pot. Okay. And more than enough to fuel us there and back again. Sliding dogs, well, that's still a matter of negotiation. Okay, so we'll need dogs for resources. Okay. On to work. Alright. How about Cordell? What you got? Have you agreed upon my conditions? To the point, eh? Shaw, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell is to provide us with a kennel of hounds for the sleds. And our agreement was she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island. But... You neglected to inform me that you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sledding the pack to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel. It's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. And never before has a seller made such strong demands. And what are these demands? She demands we allow her to come along the expedition, as a member of the crew. None on the ship have the experience and familiarity with these dogs that I possess. If you're taking them to such a brutal location, they will need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. The humans on board too, of course. Of course. You can see my dilemma, Shaw. Bringing on another member of the crew is a risk, but our hands may be tied. Your thoughts? I mean, if she's the expert, what's the issue? A good point, Shaw. The deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management of ruling dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently enough to haul them, and I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Well, hope your experience is you claim to be. Trust me, I am. I'll have a room prepped for you below deck. Cool. No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs. Easy enough, I guess. I hope I'm not making a mistake, Shaw. Well, we have our dogs, so... Hello, Corvid. We found a stowaway inside the lower hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I had. You know where we're headed, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside that crate? I did, sir. How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I can pull my weight, sir. Do you know your jaboom from your bowsprit? I do. I learned it all from my da. Your da? He's Ward's son. Followed him on board back at the city. Oh. It's Ward's son. What should we do? What should we do with him, Captain? Because that's this big gruff man. Well, Shaw? You're our first mate. What should we do with him? Nah. Aye, but I would like to hear your opinion. What sort of captain would I be if I did accept consultation? He's too young. Yeah. Drop him off the next, leave him enough to catch up back to the city, because if we're going to our deaths, I don't want this kid to be on my head. I didn't think it pertinent to bring any money into a frozen desert, did you? Best hope the boy's father has enough to keep him going. Oh, we lost a crew member for that. That's unfortunate. And what of the father? Should we drop him off with the boy? I'm gonna let him decide. Very well. Hopefully he doesn't care for the runt and I'm not down a sailor. Well, that matter's sorted. Easy enough, I guess. Yeah, I don't want to have a small kid go to his death. We're trying to raise money to help kids. Could you grab the Stoke brothers northern to meet me up here after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. Couldn't mistake them for another. Need me for the meeting? No. This is a matter the first officer need to concern themselves with. It'll be down on the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Alright. Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Kasha Belford, balanced on the ship's mast with her camera, lining up on the photo. Oh yeah, we'll wait for her to finish. Oh, Officer Shaw. It's about time I met the first officer. It's about time I met the first officer of this ship. Kasha Belford. Nice to meet you. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you cannot pass up. She won the Fentler Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreak and riots in the capital. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know how to get a shot. Came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of the hunt or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced, likely her first time on the sea. And she is going to bring all the proof that we have, unless we can bring it back. The cold game. Picture that as a header. For the price of this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. Yeah, it's not a game. An expedition like this isn't light business. Oh, right, of course. It is thrilling, though, isn't it? I suppose you've had your fill of thrills up until now. At least this thrill is within the law. Do you know me, madam? Of course, I thoroughly researched the crew of the Temperance. May seem somewhat excessive, but I feel it's necessary for proper chronicling. That and plenty of pictures. Don't worry, Shaw. You don't have a reputation that sets you apart from the rest. A celebrity like Kurt Darling's presence will dwarf any rumors that could form around you. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at Next Point. I should get his picture at some point. Stand still, Shaw. Yeah, do you have a manifest? Oh, yes, I'm putting together a manifest for you. Here it is, the crew manifest. Everyone has a bunch of different, okay. So, a bunch of nicknames, and everyone has these different traits, it looks like. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. Yeah, we'll see. I'll not disturb you if you work any further, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers anyhow. Safe shots, officer. Don't worry. All right. Slight weirdo. Raise this chair a little bit because it's starting to sink. Okay. Oh. 2 Johns. Oh, you're Officer Shaw. 2 Johns. That's what they called me. I'm sure you'll get your nickname later. Oh, sorry, bud. Keep a hold of the crate. Maybe later. Work awaits. Cool. Alright, let's go. Let's go to the forecaster real quick. Nope, it's locked. And the Kennel Master's doing her Kennel Master thing. Nice. Alright, cool. Alright. Mid-deck. Oh, hello. Lots of people here. Okay. One of the crew. Red head, thick beard, sits proud, playing an ivory accordion. Needs something. It's a nice accordion. You can see from there. No touching. How about the Stoke Brothers then? Grimly pseudonym. I love that. Just a meeting with Hunt. You're speaking to one of them. Grimly Stoke. Ah, I see. So, yeah, there's a bit of a... That's fine. We'll head up after dinner. You can go now. Okay. Anything else I can do? Not really. Okay. Unless there's something else I can do here in the captain's cabin, which doesn't look like it. Cool. Let's go back down. Dinner time. The crew have their meal. Passes in relative silence. The crew returns to their post. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Oh, alright. You'll be dropped off at the next port then. Doc, can you talk to the captain and let me stay, right? Can't talk on to anything when his mind's made up. Besides, he's right. But I can help. You're lucky he didn't throw you overboard. When we make land, I'm making sure you catch a trip back home. I'll be back after this. Not soon enough. Yep. Okay. How about over here? Ooh, part of the science team. Oh, let me look in the light. Where was it? Oh. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossley. Apologies, I've seemed to misplace something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. You're not drinking on the job, are you there, bud? Oh, of course not. I have to keep the senses sharp in this work. My wife and I brought a bottle to celebrate with. To be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. Alrighty. Oh, hey, my cabin. Okay. Yeah. Nothing fancy there, just being able to do that. It's fine. Alright. Above deck. Oh, hello. Looks... some very red-looking water. Anyway. As you look over the railing out on the ocean, a wisp of smoke flies past your face. You turn to examine and spot a sailor with a pipe in his mouth, a sheet of paper in hand, overlooking the stirring waters. Looking at something? And you are... Tashi. You're Robin Shaw, aren't you? Aye, I've heard of ye. Don't worry, won't tell anyone. Oh, that's lovely. Thanks, I guess. Okay. Alright, guess back to Templeton then. Oh, Officer Shaw. It will be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution toward the southern pole is quite the change. Yeah, bud? In a sense. Keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There's great expectation upon us, officer. Are you feeling up to the pressure, sir? I cannot afford to. We all have to keep our focus. Quite the sight, but I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important for the first officer to be well rested. Oh, if it's the next week. Yeah. Alright, well. There we go. You know, let's stick with what we have. We don't need to go any... Okay. Get to Whitetail. We get the dogs. We get the scouting crew. Days are getting brighter as you move farther south. Nice. Week 2. 2 weeks on the Temperance. Yeah. There you are, Officer Shaw. It's only one-man expedition would be known out following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. I don't know this man. His reputation is great, but the man behind the legend is but a stranger. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? You always this early? These days, I intend to enjoy a good lie-in, but not during an expedition. You know what they say, of early birds and worms? Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. It took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of crew were quite eager to meet me. I bet. I take that to mean you haven't heard of me before. Well, that is a pleasant surprise. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. More than one fellow on this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? Yeah, they don't really seem to be the film-going type. Well, yes, most were born on the sea to begin with. But it's good to know that even those old films can inspire. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up on deck. Does the captain need me? No. We finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. Alright. Yeah, let's go take a look. Oh, and enjoy your morning. That's a good day, Shaw. Har. Okay. Kurt Darling. Where? You must not be part of the team yet. Okay. Anyway. Cool. I will also leave. Here's someone to talk to. Ah, Miss Gloss. Did you have a good rest? Ah, hello. I did not expect many to be up this early. Harriet Glossley. Yeah, I think I met your husband. Ah, yes, Dwight made mention of your encounter. He's still fast asleep. He's adjusted the ship well. I believe a walk around the ship would help acclimate myself to the waves. Perhaps it will take some more time. The science team aren't used to the sea, or the sailor folk. Quite the culture clash, isn't it? Well, I'm sure they'll get used to them over time. Alright. Seems a good doctor isn't in. Or perhaps enjoying a sleep. Yeah, it would help if I knew where the ship's doctor was. Many of the crew are still fast asleep. Best not to disturb them, Shaw. You don't want to find yourself dealing with an abruptly woken sailor. Let's head up deck. That's fine. Snoring is snoring. Oh, hello. Saved game to tree. Don't know what that means, but that's fine. Captain's not here, alright. Morning. Ah, good morning to you, sir. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me that on the account of... well, should be obvious. Don't worry about the bad sight. This is all feel. Just keeping her steady. Surprised Hunt picked you outside for his first mate. Yeah, I'm surprised as well. He is the insular type. You may be something special for Hunk to look outside the ranks. Heard some rumors about what you were up to before. Honestly, that might be a boon in Hunt's eyes. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. Okay, I do really like how it's not only making the choices as far as what details you can get from things, but also how people interact with you. That's kind of a cool way to do it. As you get older, I suppose you learn to value the quiet moments, hey? Let us hope we're just as diligent when we're old and gray. Myself before you, of course. Harold Turner, Lefty. Anyway. You both feel the temperance break that flows before you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. The footing rises. as the ship mounts an impending ice floe. There's a moment's hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship, cascading it across the ice. He exhales. See? Nothing else like it. A younger me would have agreed with you. It's an interesting mix. Nostalgia and the never-ending new. Look at the ice. No two cracks are the same. I do need a navigator there, bud. We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for this daylight. It won't remain this bright for long once the winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, on this course is going to get thicker. He looks out across the white. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here till next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed the captain? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. Alright. We do have enough supplies if it comes to that. It's not the supplies I'd be worried about in the situation. People will churn on each other before they let themselves starve. Have you ever experienced the long night winter? It's not pleasant, to say the least. We'll adapt. I can see why he hired you. You understand that, Robin. We're only as good as the unhappiest man. Yeah, I appreciate the sentiment. So you think that bad things are going to happen. Okay, that's fine. Has anything else happened? No, everyone's still sleeping. Okay. Captain. Oh, it's time to take a quest, actually, so. Ah, sure. Ready for another day of work? Yeah, did you hear Kurt's advice? Aye. He had a few words to share. He may have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. Anyway, back to work. I was hoping you'd help me work for a few more requests. You may have noticed the line pulling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Let's save our new one for last. Let's go with Corvid first. Captain, word's gotten round about the stowaway remove last week. It has? Aye. On their thoughts? They aren't one bit happy, least of all his Da. He says it wasn't right to send the boy away. Only reason Ward stayed aboard was because he needed the pay. Up in arms, are they? No, they understand. Spares more food for the rest of us. Still, not a wise move to upset my crew, is it? Shaw, perhaps we should reconsider the crew's feelings next time? Yeah, alright. Oh, it's just telling me, hey, you screwed up. Thanks. Captain? Shaw? A thought occurred to me the other day while looking at the crew manifest, and, well, it might be too late for this now that we've already entered in the ice. Out with it. I thought it would be good to have an individual photo of the full crew. For your report? Not only my report, it'd be good reference for the manifest. Put faces to the names. Much of this crew have served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to names. Your thoughts, Shaw? I think it's worth it. Aye, a good point. But maybe you could sound a little more enthused. Well, Belford, I see no problem here. I'll arrange for pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you, Captain. Shaw? In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. You're still welcome to help on that matter, Officer Shaw. Cool. A sour, short-faced man in engineer clothing approaches. Our yacht and daft hunt. Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Sure, this is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. An opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? You've hit the ice and you haven't assigned any extra men down on the boiler. You have your engineering team. And we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this. Sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know, I've already assigned Smurf on the matter. How many do you think's fair? 1? 3? More. How many can? Okay, I can do... I guess everyone's a card. Okay. So, max allowed is 4. Need at least 1. Oh, Amelia is apparently a female, I'm guessing. Okay, anyway. Do that. We'll do Tashi, because I'm hoping that the gun savvy will help us out there. I think that'll be good. You can take Tashi and Corvid. You'll have to do it with 2, I'm afraid. Fine. But you can't tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. A good spirit, that one, beneath the oil and the temper. You won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself in the boiler room. Okay. Like, listen, bud, I don't have too many people I can just hand out. Good to have that all settled, then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path, he's free to search for it. Sure, meet with him when you have time. Change your course or not, we'll want one of his scouts up in the crow's nest. Take care of that, and you'll be done for the day. Ah, that's easy. While examining the ringing, you notice a figure darting by, climbing the ropes with ease. Lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Ah, no problems. And you are? Officer Shaw. Flick. I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Oh, well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics if you're worried about my credentials. Oh. Alright, well. Alright, Soren. Ah, Quilsney. You having trouble settling in? Not too bad. Can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. A proper navigator never rests until the work is done. Of course, of course. I take it you had no issue settling in? Not at all. The crew are a funny lot. Old Kurt definitely caught their attention. Har, you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Haha, perhaps. Alright, cool. More crew. You got a suspicious-looking sailor emerging from the pantry. Not what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Pleck, but call me Gnomes. I'm not thieving anything. I hadn't considered that until you said something. You think I protest too much, then? No worries. I was just setting up a practical joke. And the joke is... not going to spoil the surprise. It's not at your expense if that's your concern. Have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? That seems like it could be bad. Alright. Ah, you must be Shaw. Seems you've met my brother already. You're in Stoke, but no one calls me that. On the ship, I'm known as Junior. Yeah? You're the younger brother? It's the burden that comes with being the younger. Hey, Shaw, can you grab some tins from the pantry? It's nearly time for dinner. Heh. The hell was that? Gnomes! Yeah, alright. Whatever. That's fine. I'll take it. What'll it be today, Shaw? Let's feed it. We don't have a lot, but... Okay, cool. So that's how we do that. Don't need to call the crew for dinner quite yet, because there's still more stuff to do. Send me up there. I'll get you a reading. I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts. Of course. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. I found many of your people. Let's do Quilsley. We send on next and take a reading with a sextant. Sunny. Ah, okay. Interesting. The last port you made, or you picked up Kurt the Scout, anything from it, okay? The last known location, your destination. Interesting. Okay, okay, okay. You spot a youthful-looking man leaning over the side of the ship. You all right? Sorry. You all right? Yes. Well, not really. I'm very sorry. Oh, well. Goodbye, timid man. I hope you find your stuff. Okay, nothing else to do there. Nothing else to do there. Nothing in the pumps. Nothing in the pantry. Okay. Dinner time. Hello? Hi. The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. Will see us through the long days and the darkest nights. Inebriated sailor. Ah, good times, good times. Need to learn to handle the stuff. Need to learn to handle your drink, your tugger. Wow, that was bad. Sorry. Ah, but I'm fine. My mates can carry me, eh, Cavity? They can also drop you. Have two Johns carry you next time. Are you asleep? Shit. Alright, that's kind of amusing. I like that. Alright, no one else. Hello? Yes? Do you require my presence? Acquainting myself with the crew. And the meteorologist of this expedition, Andre Isaac. If I'm not required for anything, I would ask not to be disturbed any further. Alright. Yeesh. What do we got? Still just that? Yeah, alright. Love this music. This music's so good. Anyway, don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. Do you ever see Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day or night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. He probably sleeps. Aye, Dick, that's figurative. Right. Interesting names. Alright, how about the captain's cabin? Nope. Alright. The dogs regard with rapt attention as patient between them. Ah, yes. Ah, cute dogs. Try some. Sure, why not? You seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there is only so much. If you want more, it will be among the dog's leftovers. Penguin, some blubber, fats and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Was there something you needed? Just inspecting the animals. They belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their paws as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. Who's that one beside you? This is Stanberry. Bark. Strong animal. Very. They handle the stress differently, adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them. You obviously love them. They need me. And you'll need them. Bunch of good dogs. Alright. I believe that's it, so... time for another week, looks like. Keep going the way we're going. The day grows even brighter. Finally enter the thick ice leads. We need some food. Week 3.